Today we're going to look at two open chord shapes, and we'll take each one up the neck and then we'll look at how they relate to each other and how that continues up the neck. So we'll look at the C chord, and so I'm sure you're very familiar with, and so you put your finger on the bottom string, on the A string, on the 3rd fret, that's the C note, and it makes a C chord. Now if you do that with your pinky, that makes the rest of this, depending how big your fingers are of course, but I find using the pinky really helps with doing bar chords that are in the open C chord shape. So if you play that open C chord with the pinky, there you go, on the 3rd fret, no other fingers down, move it up 1 fret, put your pointer right across the 1st fret, so there's 2 frets in between where your fingers are placed down. Okay, so we've got pointer across the 1st, pinky on the 4th, that's C sharp. Move it up 1 fret, it's D. Of course, some of you play that D chord instead of this D chord. Move that up 1, it's D sharp. Move it up another, it's E. So that's your pointers right across the 4th fret there, pinky on the 7th fret at the bottom, that's E chord. 1 more fret, starting at the 5th then, that's F. After that's F sharp, getting up there, and then we're on the 7th fret, pinky's on the 10th, and that's a G chord. Next one is G sharp, and by the time we get to the 9th we're on A. You can tell it's A because you can play the one down here and it sounds similar. Okay, so that's your C chord up the neck. Now we're going to do A minor, which, as many of you know, C and A minor are often in songs together, and we'll look into that in a moment. But we'll start off with A minor, and I'd suggest doing it with your ring finger. So 2nd fret on that 2nd fret on the top string, the G string, A minor. Move that ring finger up 1 fret, pointer across the 1st fret, so there's only 1 fret in between the 2 fingers that are placed down at the moment, and that's B flat minor or A sharp minor. Next one up, pointer across the 2nd fret, ring finger on the top string on the 4th fret is B minor. Slide it up a fret to the 5th, 3rd and 5th frets, C minor. Different way of doing C minor than just that, C minor. Next one up, C sharp minor. Then by the time we get to the 5th and 7th frets, we're in D minor, upper fret, D sharp minor, and by the time we get to the 7th and 9th, 7th and 9th, isn't it? Yes. We're on E minor, I think. Is that right, A minor? Yes, I can tell it is E minor. E minor, so 5th and 7th and 9th, is E minor. Okay, now these two chords are related, C and A minor. You often hear them in songs together. If you have a look in the C scale, A is the 6th note in the scale, and the chord that's made from the scale notes in C, when you get to the 6th note, make up the A minor chord. So what happens is, with those chords that are from the 6th note in any scale, are related to the first one. The first one's called the relative major, the 6th one's called the relative minor, and they have some similarities in some of their scales. So you often find C and its relative minor, A minor, in a song together. And so when we do C and A minor, just like those patterns there, let's move it up 2 frets. Let's move C up 2 frets. So your pinky's on the 7th fret and your pointer's on the 2nd. That's D. Leave your pointer where it is. You put your ring finger up over onto the 4th fret, and that's B minor, which is the relative minor of D major. Okay, we'll move it up again. So we've got our pointer up 2 frets, we've got our pointer across the 5th fret, our pinky on the 7th, that's E. We get our ring finger, move it over to the 6th fret on the top string, the G string, and that's C sharp minor, relative minor of E. We move the pointer up 1, we make the, the sort of C shape, but it's just the pinky on the 8th fret there, yes, 8th fret. And that's our, so we've got 5th, pointers on the 5th, pinkies on the 8th on the bottom. That's F. F's relative minor is when you just leave your pointer there on the 5th, bring the ring finger over to the 7th, top string, and that's D minor, the relative minor of F. So it's good because you can leave your pointer in one spot and play songs that might have those chords in them. Like Run Around Sue, Stand By Me. Lots of songs have the major and its relative minor in the song. And it works all the way down. Major, minor, major, minor. And finally the C and the A minor are the open chord shapes that they're based from. So give it a try out and see how you go. And I'll be back with next week with some more minor chords to take up the neck. Bye.